Welcome back, NBA family, to the Shoot the J channel. The NBA playoffs are here, and I have returned right on time to talk some jit whenever necessary. Second matchup coming right at us is the New York Knickerbockers versus the Atlanta Hawks. Now, last night or the other night, the Knicks lose at home once again to nobody's surprise. They're notoriously bad in the fourth quarter, and they don't really know how to handle the pressure when it comes to late game situations. It's very clear that Jalen Brunson is the one carrying right here. Nobody else can really shoot worth a damn or put up any points. Karl Anthony Towns is getting no love from Mike Brown, the coach. Absolutely no plays run for him. He's putting up like maybe 10 shot attempts per game. It's just they can't put up enough offense right now. That being said, the New York Knicks are usually pretty decent at what they do when it comes to the first round and potentially the second round. They've been somewhat good at that recently. I wouldn't put any dollars or cents in them going to even the Eastern Conference Finals right now. They look a little bit disjointed. But I do think Brunson can take it home this series. Onto the Hawks side, the Hawks are absolutely competing out of their minds. They looked like they were going to be a lottery team after parting with Trae Young and ending that Trae Young era. But if anything, they built themselves very nicely right now. You got CJ McCollum leading y'all in the playoffs right now in 2026. Are we awake right now? Is this real? They seem to be the only dark horse team in the East because somehow, some way, they can put up something together with Jonathan Kuminga, C.J. McCollum, Jalen Johnson. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is, an absolute beast on that team. Honorable most improved player right there. But Hawks are looking nice. They seem a little bit fun to watch. I do think the Knicks take care of business. They probably win in 6. I think they got this matchup ultimately, even though they're most likely losing to the Celtics in round 2. Good luck, New York. Our fourth matchup comes to the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. The Celtics are a highly favored team with the proven core of Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Derek Whitington. Jaylen Brown has absolutely overachieved this year, having an MVP voter year, top 3, top 5 player in this league right now. That being said, while they hit their stride with the second seed in the East, Jason Tatum came back right on time, and he's been extremely efficient in his return. He's come back and hit all of his conditioning and really not missed many shots right now. So they do expect him to pull out something big in the playoffs when needed, which is really all they needed since the rest of their team is perfectly adequate as is. This is a championship roster that's looking to run it back after 2 unfulfilling seasons. I think the Celtics should come out pretty cleanly out of this series. Onto the 76ers side, they still have no Joel Embiid, which initially puts them completely out of this series. You would think it would be a sweep. But wait, there's more. VJ Edgecombe just super started their rebuild after they fumbled on trading Jared McCain. Say Jared. Even though that's my guy, I don't know why I fucked his name. Jared McCain, and totally just gifting him to the Oklahoma City Thunder for no good reason. Thanks a lot, fucking Philadelphia. But regardless, VJ Edgecombe is putting up Maxey-like numbers, where Maxey's putting up 30, VJ Edgecombe putting up 30. They got the young guns running the guard play in Philadelphia. It's looking nice. It's looking better than expected. They were looking to be a lottery team, but they find themselves slotted into this series against the Celtics. Very unlucky. Paul George doing Paul George things is another little note that I added on my notepad here. It just speaks for itself. You can always expect him to do something. At this late stage, do something. He's not going to be amazing, but he was efficient. He's competing. He's playing great defense. What else can you ask for them? I do think the Sixers went. Say, whoa, 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 whoa. We're putting the Celtics up in 5 games. They always make it a little bit interesting. They always fumble 1 or 2, but I think they take it in 5 games. Our next East Side matchup is the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Toronto Raptors. This is a Kawhi Leonard jersey, the only Raptors jersey that I'll probably own in my life. Absolutely legendary. That being said, got to speak about the Cavs because they're dominating right now. James Harden and Donovan Mitchell are averaging damn near 60 points together, just blowing it up on offense as we expected. It is a beauty, absolute beauty to watch. Evan Mobley is a proven all-star. He's benefited from Harden's gravity and the lob threat offense. It's just looking fantastic with him in the post. I think he's putting up about 20 points, like 12 rebounds in this series. It's looking very easy peasy, facilmente for Evan Mobley. Max Strus needs to be spoken about because he's an honorable mention sixth man of the year. Every time you see this white boy take a shot, it's a three in the corner. And just to quote Flight, he's always in the corner like a prostitute. The Raptors surprised everybody this year with a 5 seed in the East. Although the East is pretty weak sauce compared to the West, I will say nobody kind of expected them to be up there. Their defense clearly cannot put up a fight against the Cavs in this series. That is being seen very much so. The Cavs are just putting up a ridiculous amount of points. Even if the Raptors are playing well on offense, when you're giving up like 124 points, you're not going to win that game. RJ Barrett and Scotty Barnes are very efficient, but this will not be enough to stop a Cavs squad with a chip on their shoulder after losing last year in the playoffs, having a great regular season, horrible playoff run. James Harden back in the mix. We'll have to see what they can cook up. I'm taking the Cavs in 5 games. It'll be a very heated second round matchup against the Pistons. I'm very curious to see what that looks like. The Pistons are reminding me of the Cavs last year to some extent, but we can see if they prove them wrong, who takes that series. And our next humble matchup is the Detroit Pistons versus the Orlando Magic. Two teams that I expected, or at least predicted, to be neck and neck in the standings this year sit at a whopping number 1 seed and number 8 seed in the East. The Magic surprisingly take care of business in Game 1. The whole team chipped in with 5 players scoring 15 points each, so it was an absolute all-around effort. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner came in tough, and they end up in a 1-1 series going back home. So kind of taking the home court advantage back from them. Have a good showing after destroying the Hornets in the play-in game. Everybody was thinking LaMelo was going to be playing this, but aside from the point, the Magic get their stripes, they get their flowers, they get some love in this game. Cade Cunningham on the Pistons returns back from a collapsed lung injury, and he's averaging 34 points per game through 2 games, absolutely carrying the load. Very Jalen Brunson-like from the Knicks on the Detroit Pistons. Detroit goes as far as Cade goes. He has a chip on his shoulder. He's playing with some ant-like mentality right now. I really like what I see from the Pistons, although they had a awkward first playoff game. I think they move on in the series. It may be a little exciting at times. Paolo may have some moments, but I expect them to close out the Magic in 6 games and have a very exciting series against the Cavaliers, who will be spoken about next. Now play the music. I just want to say thank y'all so much for watching. If you made it to this part of the video, you are an absolute real one. You know who you are out there. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and run it up. Hopefully the Spurs can take it all home. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.